Hello guys, my name is Sivaguru Vellasamy. I'm making this video just to tell you guys how I passed my fmge June 2021 exam, and I secured a score of 176. I graduated from University of Perpetual, which is in Philippines, Manila. I graduated on November 2020, and this is my very first attempt. I prepared. I started my preparation during my final year, but I could not focus full time on my preparation during my final year. I came back to India on Jan 2021, and I started my full preparation from February. I used sources like Doctor Mentors, integrated learning, and fmge solutions. I started with the main subjects like obstetric and gynecology, surgery, psm, subjects like that. I completed my first reading before March 30. Then I start my revision. I did a total of 3 revisions. I did not leave any subjects. If you are preparing for fmge exam, my advice to you is to start early as you can, and just believe that you can pass. See, even I can pass, why you can't pass, right? So just believe that you can pass, and you will definitely pass. And please do not overburden yourself with lot of material. If you are following one teacher for the subject, just follow them only. Do not jump from one source to another. If you are going to coaching classes, means you do not need to continue watching this video, because your teachers will give you with every guidance and notes and everything. If you are preparing by yourself or preparing alone, all you need is a simple plan with serious hard work. What do I mean by simple plan? Uh, Simple plan, like I said, you have to take one teacher per subject, and watch their videos, follow their read their notes one time, and mark the high yield points, and are the points you may forget, and keep revising them again and again and again and again until you remember them. That's what I mean by simple plan. And also you need to solve mcq every day. As soon as you finish one topic or one chapter, you have to solve mcq. You can either use your app, or you can use fmge solutions. I used fmge solutions, but in the exam it's a little bit different than your app or your book, whatever book you are using, question bank you are using. The concepts are same, but the language of the question is different. And they also gave us some questions, they gave us like lab values and everything, which we never encounter before you start your first reading. Please write it down how many days you are going to give for each subject. Let's say you are going to give 5 days for a subject, finish it within 5 days. But there are some exceptions, like if you have a subject like obstetric and gynecology, psm, surgery, medicine, for these subjects, even if you can't finish it with those given days, if you are giving medicine 7 days, if you can't finish it with 7 days, give 1 or 2 more days. But this don't apply for subjects like orthopedics, anesthesia, and small subjects. And even if you procrastinate during those 7 days or 5 days, please don't beat yourself up for that, because I did procrastinated a lot, but I still can able to pass. So all you need to do is, if you procrastinate, do not think about that day and waste the next day. Please use that next day as productive as you can. If you can't study one subject in a stretch, please club that with another subject. Let's say you are studying physiology, you can't study physiology only, so what you have to do is you have to club it with pathology or pharmacology. By that way, you don't get bored, or you don't start procrastinate. See, there is no right or wrong way. uh, I did it like one subject per day, one subject at a stretch. But my friends, some of my friends did like did the clubbing. So find what works for you, and do it in that way. When you start studying a subject, start studying the important topics first. There are the important chapters first, then study the unimportant topics and unimportant chapters. If you don't know what are the important topics or important chapters, you can visit integrated learning telegram group, and you can download the and you can go to the file section and search for important topics, and you can get a pdf, and they give a list of important topics for each and every subject. Or you can download it from a prepladder website. You just go to a browser and important subject for fmge prepladder, you type and search, you can get the important topic pdf. You can study them first, and study the rest of the topics later. If you don't have time, you can leave the rest of the unimportant topics. For small subjects like psychiatry, orthopedics, anesthesia, and dermatology, do not give more than 2 days for each subject. Once you completed your first reading, start your first revision. um, let's say you completed 80 percentage of the topics in the first reading. Do not try to revise the whole 80 percentage of your syllabus. You cannot able to do that. So you try as much as you can with those given time. Then once you finish the first revision, then move on to the second revision. In the second revision, you cannot able to do what you did in the first revision. You can able to do only less than what you did in the first revision. After you complete your second revision, same goes for third revision. You cannot able to do everything you did in your second revision. You only can do less number of topics in the uh, third revision. But make sure you are revising the most important topics on those revision. During your revision time, you start writing those volatile points in a note, or you can use a sticky notes and paste it in the wall near your study table or wherever you are studying, so that you can see that every single day. Once you wrote that sticky notes, or the are the are you write in your notes, or you write in a separate note, you can go through it every night before you sleep. Give it like a 15 minutes for the sticky notes, then you go to sleep. For grand test and mark test, you can give it every month one. I gave it like I did it like that, but I could not pass most of them because I gave it in I think you all guys know the famous platform which conduct the tough grand test. I gave it in that platform, but I could not pass. I was depressed during those time whenever I used to fail those grand tests. But before I go to the exam, I gave the grand test on the integrated learning app, in a NLC app. I can able to get a score of 180, which is similar to my actual score. So do not get depressed or get worried about your results if you're going to give your grand test. Because your grand test means your practice grand test means nothing. Your only actual score matters. So do not get depressed if you fail your grand test again and again, because I did fail my grand test again and again. But you have to give it like a real test. It's like a stimulation. So you have to give it 150 minutes straight for your first session, then take a break, then do the 150 minutes on the second session. By that way, your body can adapt to that stress. For image based questions, do not waste a separate day for doing images. You can do images 30 minutes every day. You can use whatever app you have. You can, if you have a prepared, use the snapshot, or if you are taking coaching, they will give you with image based PDF. I personally used the Arrays coaching centers PDF. I found it uh, in a group, in a Telegram group, and I used that only. Day before exam, you go through the important volatile subjects like biochemistry, pharmacology, and microbiology. You cannot go through 100% of the topic, so 100% of the syllabus. So what you have to do is you have to go through the important volatile points, and those points you were already underlined. Study however many hours you want, but those hours have to be very productive. If you can able to study 8 hours, study 8 hours. If you can able to study 6 hours, study 6. If you want to study 10, study 10, but do not study like 16 hours, 18 hours. I think and that's not necessary to pass the exam. You will overburden yourself, because I did not study like 16, 18 like crazy hours. I used to get asleep like 7 to 8 hours every single day. I used Pomodoro method to study. If you like that, you can follow that method. It's nothing but you have to study like 15 minutes straight, then take 10 minutes break, then again 15 minutes straight, then 10-minute break. Like that, you can study. After 2 to 3 hours of after 2 to 3 cycles, you can take a 30-minute break. I did it like that, but do not do 25 minutes of study, then take 5 minutes break, because you get easily distracted during that time, and it means you are always breaking the study cycle. It's not you cannot study a lot of things during this 25 minutes. So I think 50 minutes is better than 25-minute break. If you do not used to study for 15 minutes straight, then do the 25 minutes. Once you get comfortable with 25 minutes, then do the 15 minutes cycle. My mentality going to this exam is I will do whatever it takes to pass the exam. That's my mentality. Don't get me wrong, I also have those self-doubts, anxiety, depression, and everything like every other medical student. um, Believe me, you don't need to be a topper in your medical school or medical college to pass this fmge exam, because I'm not a topper in my class. I still can able to do that, so you also can do that. um, but you have to believe it very very strong, because I believed it. Whenever you have this self-doubt, or whenever the negative thought come to your mind, what if I fail, what will people think about me if I fail, if those thought come into your mind, just tell yourself with three positive thing. Let's say, if a negative thought come to your mind, you have to tell yourself, I will pass, I can do it, I am the best. Or you create whatever you want, those positive words, but you have to keep reminding yourself whenever you get those negative thoughts. If you are overly depressed, if you have a lot of anxiety, talk to your friend, um, and do the same thing for your friend, but do not let him let him bring your motivation down. Help each other out. If you feel inadequate during your preparation, do not give up. Fight until the exam day. Believe me, every most of your senior have those feeling of inadequacy during those period, but they kept that belief. On your exam day during the lunch break, do not discuss your first paper's answer, because it is not going to help you in any way, shape, or form. During your lunch break, take your lunch, relax, and keep revising the second paper and go to the exam. And do not give up on any questions. If you don't know the answer, try to keep guessing, to use your common sense to keep guessing and try to recollect. You will get it right. And the thing is, do not change your answer. I did it many times. I did it for 10 questions and beat myself up for that after the exam. Avoid those kind of silly mistakes. And I hope this video helps you a lot. And if you, this video is based on my experience only, So if you feel like anything is wrong, if you feel offended, you feel free to comment that in my comment section. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section, or you can personally text me in my Instagram. I will put a link to that in the description. Good luck for everyone. Thank you for listening. Good luck.